All right, my friends, welcome to episode 397 of Prof and Dev Play Games. My name is Larry, and I teach. Over there is Anthony, and he makes games. How are you doing?
I am doing okay. Tomorrow's the first day of school for my kids.
Oh,
Homeschooled,
damn. Okay.
but still the start of the school year. Which we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we've been going for 2 weeks now, and it's been going great.
Yeah.
I hope that for you, too, as well.
Yeah, I hope it goes fine. Yeah, we start a little bit later up here, but we get out. Our school gets out a little later.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's going to be... We're back into the swing of things. I was getting used to summer. Much more relaxed.
Yeah, us too, and we had to get back into the swing of things for sure. And
yeah, especially for you teaching, too. You're just like, okay, we're back. All right.
Yeah, man, but this is like, these first 2 weeks of the class I'm teaching have been the best first 2 weeks of any class I've ever taught.
Wow.
And it's like, it's fucking magic. It's electric. It's really just awesome. And this is the first time I've taught this course face-to-face. I've created it right at the beginning of COVID and have taught it only exclusively online. So now I'm teaching it face-to-face, and it's just like, it's so good.
Nice.
Yeah, really, really excited to teach it. I'm the masked professor. I teach in my super mask, and everyone else is just like, no, everyone at work, everyone elsewhere, no masks, and then all of a sudden everyone's out sick. Like,
yep.
Oh yeah,
pretty much.
Spiking right now, folks.
Yeah.
Maybe pay attention to it. It sucks.
Well, I haven't gone into the office for a few weeks because it feels like every week there's like one person that's like, well, I was in the office at this point in time. But a couple days later, I've now tested positive for COVID. Just letting everyone know. I'm like, I don't need to come in the office. It's okay. That's fine. I'll just be at home right now until this chills out.
Yeah, chill the fuck out, COVID.
Yeah, pretty much. Get that new booster whenever it shows up, and
it's supposed to be next month, which is
in the next
October. They said
4
October.
to 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. A little late. Could have used it before school started, so we're just kind of like holding our breath.
Yeah.
Sometimes literally. But speaking of holding our breaths, let's see. How do I transition? Nope, I can't. We are doing week 4 of Baldur's Gate 3. Last week, Anthony completed the game, and now I'm curious how far he is into a second playthrough, and I will share where I am.
I am.
Where are you?
Act 2.
God damn it. You are ahead of me.
Still finding things that I didn't find on that first playthrough.
That's so interesting. I'm curious. What are some of the things you found that you didn't find? Are they major, minor?
Halsin's entire quest line.
Oh, he has a quest line?
In Act 2, it continues.
Oh, in Act 2. Yeah. But in Act 1...
You have it in Act 1. He goes to your camp.
Yep.
After you beat... Well, it continues in Act 2, and the first playthrough, completely missed it. Not because it's like hidden or anything. There's a door in Last Light In. I just didn't know it was there.
Oh,
I didn't notice it because of the way that the mini-map is there, and there's like multiple levels to Last Light In, and this door is under kind of a balcony area, and so I just never saw it.
Oh yeah, because you were saying that you never had a druid in your party, and he left in Act 3. You're like, oh, okay.
No, he left at the end of Act 2.
Or Act 2, I mean, sorry. Your first.
Yeah, because I didn't solve the Shadowlands stuff. I was like, I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. And I had a different druid for Act 3.
Right. Wow, so that's like a big quest line.
Yeah. But there's just consistently small things here and there that I was just like, that's a little different. I went into Act 2 different than I did the first time. First time I went through the mountain pass, and so this time I went through the Underdark to see the difference. And there is a difference. Because the Underdark, drastic, but there is, you're in a different spot, and there's a different kind of inciting event of Act 2. Still gets you to the same spot, but different experience.
You still get to the Last Light In?
Yeah, I mean, that's where everything kind of funnels you to, is Last Light. Okay. I guess you could ignore it if you want to, but... Because I was in the Underdark. I don't recommend that. I recommend going to Last Light.
Yeah. Well, I was in the Underdark, and I was like, I could go to Act 2 from here. Or I was in Grimforge. I believe that's where you go to Act 2.
Grimforge. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, and then I went and killed Auntie Ethel, and then I'm in the Mountain Pass.
I recommend doing the Mountain Path. There's... I don't know because Lizelle died in your game, right?
Yeah, Lizelle, outside of the prologue, I have not seen her except for her dead body. and then she disappeared. So her dead body disappeared and is gone. I would
say, I don't know if this can actually be done or not. So there's 3 things Withers can do in the game, which you've seen: respec, hireling, and then the third one that is full resurrect a companion.
Oh, I wonder if he could resurrect Lae'zel.
I think, and you could go check if Lae'zel is in the list of possible, like 200 gold, or maybe it's more than, maybe it's 1,000. I don't know. It's expensive.
No, it's 200. It's 200. I did 200, it once for
and
Will.
Then it can, and you can be like, come back. And I'm just like, is Lae'zel there? Does it even register Lae'zel as a lost companion, or is he just gone?
Yeah, because technically she was in my party in the prologue.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I know that the mountain pass is where the +3 mace is, and I assume it's connected to Lae'zel. But do I need her to get it?
No.
Okay, then I kind of want to go through the mountain pass.
I'm just curious. Without her there, do you have any quests for the Gith at all?
No, not right now.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, no, I know I have to go up there for the creche is up there. So I'm going to explore.
Okay, you know the creche though.
I do.
Do you have a quest?
No, I mean I know that.
Okay,
no,
but you don't have a quest.
I don't.
Any quests about it?
No.
But
I know about it. So, I really just want to go up there for the +3 mace, to be honest, because the shit. The one thing, the one thing I was able to make at the Adamantine Forge is fucking awesome. The armor, is really good. I don't know if it's like the perks are rolled differently for each person or whatever, but
they're fixed.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, then I had the same armor you did.
Which is yours is the splint. Splint is the heavy.
Yes, the splint,
heavy armor that you can't be crit, reduces all damage by 2.
Yep.
And it's like 18 AC.
Yeah, that's
base. It. Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah.
Again, I wore that for quite a while.
Yeah. But I would like to make a second thing, but Grim the construct is lying on the fucking forge.
So you can't click on the forge anymore, or is it just like
blocking your? It's not clickable, and I don't know if it's because he's in front of the door, but the forge is not clickable at all. And I looked it up, and other people have had the same issue. A lot of people said,
okay,
hammer him twice and then start attacking him, as opposed to attacking him and then hammer him. But I started attacking him until I realized, I could probably hammer him with this fucking thing, which is how he died on it because I hammered him twice, basically.
Yeah. No, I did the hammer this time through.
How'd you beat him the first time?
I just kept lava there and I just beat the shit out of him.
Wow.
I got an achievement for it.
Yeah. That must have taken a while.
It was a fight. It was a big fight.
I think it's so cool though, because obviously it starts with the lava, and then I'm attacking him, and then the lava goes away, and I attack him, and nothing happens. Like, wait a second.
Yeah, yeah. You have to think through the mechanics. Like that's one this game is actually great. Is its encounters and fights are really well put together. There's a lot of neat mechanics going on. I would just 100% pull those out and rip those, and just put them in a tabletop game. They're so good.
I mean, that fight was really clever with that shit, like the layers of the environment that affected the fight. And it's not just some of the ones I'd done before was basically just like verticality or hidden people or passageways or whatever. But this one was like, no, the environment is like changing it fundamentally, and it's really kind of crazy.
Yeah. The achievement is a grim fate. Kill the adamantine golem without using the forge hammer. And how did I learn that you could use the forge hammer? After I got that achievement saying that I could use the forge hammer, and I'm like, oh man, that would have probably been easier, because I didn't realize that
you could do that.
The hammer had started yet. Like I thought I had to go through the process, defeat the thing, and then I could finally hammer.
But you have to hammer for it to go down in the first place.
It did, but it went down, but it didn't actually do anything. And I was like, oh. Well, there's this lever over here. Turn the lava. My brain just was like, well, clearly I need to kill this thing to use the hammer.
Got it. So, well, I just happened to be at different sides of the. I had split my party and I was on different sides of this circle thing when it went down. So I hit him, and then the last person who hits him or whatever is whoever he's targeting or whatever. So he walked across the middle, walked across the hammer where the hammer was going to be. I was like, I wonder if I hit that, and it sure did. It sure did work. Yep. But now I can't forge anything.
That's true. That's unfortunate. At camp, which pets do you have? Scratch?
I only have Scratch. I don't have the owlbear.
You don't have the owlbear. So you don't have the next achievement that I saw on the list there. You have 2 hands for a reason.
Yes, isn't that such a cool achievement? Pet them both at the same time.
It's an event that lets you do it. If you have
That's really cool. But I never found the owlbear. I didn't look too hard in the goblin camp. And I assume it's dead now or something. I don't know.
Well, it's not immediately in the goblin camp. You have to have.
Oh, did you found the other owlbear in the cave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
No.
Okay, so then you didn't even start the owlbear quest line.
Yep. And I figured.
Although I bet you could go find it still. You're in Act 1 still.
I am. Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter because my first playthrough, I'd already taken care of all the goblin stuff, and then I went into the owlbear cave.
Oh, okay.
And the owlbear it skipped the goblin step. It just came to my camp eventually.
Oh, that would be cool. Maybe I'll do that.
You just have to find the owlbear cave and go through that process.
Yeah, I never found it. Just like I never found Lizelle.
That's really funny.
Yeah. But Bill at work keeps telling me about the owlbear and asking if I found the owlbear. I was like, nope, still haven't found any fucking owlbear of any kind.
And then speak with Animal on the owlbear. It's so good. This little baby owlbear. I love it so much.
Oh, that's so cool.
It is very good. The voice is great. There was they did. There was a video that came out today. It was on the D&D official YouTube channel, but it's a 46-minute interview with Sven.
Oh,
because he's in Seattle this weekend for PAX, and they recorded it while he was there.
Very cool.
Which makes me sad that I didn't go to PAX because I'm like, I could have seen, but not really because I don't really feel like being at PAX.
Not right now, man.
Nope. There was also Nintendo Live was going on.
Yeah, some cool news from that. People were able to do the demo of Mario Wonder.
Yep.
So
everyone's getting high all the time.
Yes, that direct was basically everyone got mushrooms ingested and made this game.
Yeah, pretty much. Holy cow! It looks really good, but
I can't wait.
Insane. Like truly, honestly, to me, it reminds me of Mario 2 levels of insanity.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, just what the hell are you smoking when you're making this game? What was it? Is it the Flower Kingdom?
The Flower Kingdom. Yeah.
Flower Kingdom, and they just went crazy with that, and the Metal Castle, Bowser Castle. Like,
my daughter was so excited that because I didn't know, they didn't say until this direct that you can play as Toadette.
I know.
So you got Toadette, you got Daisy, you got Peach. Got quite the cast of female characters, thank God.
Yeah.
So very, very excited to get that. My daughter was like, "Daddy, can you order that game, or can we play that game?" I was like, "It's already pre-ordered. It's coming.
It will come. It will happen.
We are gonna have some fun."
Yeah, but Sven was there. 46-minute interview for a D&D thing. I actually spoke that because they were asking about the scope of the game, like how much you can do, and he did, not in a bad way, complaining, being like, "Yeah, speak of animals a lot, and animal handling, because doing those separate."
I haven't fucked with animal handling yet. Yeah,
it's different because you're not talking with the animal. It's a lot of narration and like, how the animal's reacting to you and being able to intuit what you need to be doing with the animal, as opposed to speaking, where they have a voice and the whole thing. And he's like, if it was all on the including spells and being like, wow, if we include this, we can't just half-ass it. We have to make it either everything. This works with all animals and they're all voiced and they all have dialogue,
or none,
or we cut the spell completely.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like, and it didn't feel like D&D if we cut the spell. The spell they did cut, and I have seen come up, and I was wondering where it would be, was dispel magic.
Did they cut that detect magic as well?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm like, where's detect magic? I could use that right now.
Yeah, they just cut that. They cut dispel magic, which is a 3rd level spell. And yeah, you can. It's just basically you just make something magical non-magical for a while. And they're just like, nope, we're not even touching that. Like, the permutations of what that spell could do are insane, and they're like, we just can't.
That just breaks the game in ways.
So many ways that they're just like, nope. So they did say, like, there's reasons why certain spells don't exist, and didn't try. But if they did include it, it had to be all encompassing. If they did include it, and it needed to work in all sorts of ways. He gave a thing of, like, you see, I know that you could shapeshift into something small and, like, use the little holes and burrows around if you wanted to. I haven't done it, but I know
I was like, form to do that now.
Exactly. He's like, you could use gaseous form to do that. So I'm like, what? And
you haven't done that yet?
No, I hadn't thought about using gaseous form. I have some scrolls of it. The thing that he was saying was, when they first was somewhere in Act 3, there's a pipe. When they were doing their testing, he was like, oh, it's a pipe. Couldn't I just do gaseous form and go through the pipe? And they're like, went to the system design system. They're like, can we just consider gaseous form a small creature? Let's see what happens. And they just made the change. Just see what happens. And it worked. And he's like, that's great.
I've used gaseous form. Like, once Will got it at level 3, I think. I'm just like, okay, I can't fit there. Great. You are turning into a gas cloud, and we're going to go in there and see what the fuck happens. It's great.
That works.
Yeah. I used it in the Nair fight. Or Neri, Near? I don't know.
Near,
the fucking Drow. It didn't help with anything, but I was like, I'm going to sneak him behind Near and put him in that cavern, but it didn't. It's fucking full of, it happened to be, it's full of poison gas.
Yep.
But it was invisible poison gas. Like,
yeah.
I first, was it invisible for you too? Because the first time I went in there, of the 4 times I went in there, the first time when I got TPK'd before I reloaded, you could see it. It was green gas. And then
it was nice, always green.
Yeah, after that, it was always invisible. Like, Grimfords was chugged on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
And if that's chugging, I think I need to bring
no.
Yes, I need to bring my beastie computer into the house when I start moving toward Act 2, and certainly 3.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was like crunching under the weight of its own, like, the list of,
I don't know,
choices I've made, or just the Grimforge is just, there's a lot going on. There's
a lot going on in Grimforge. So you're going through the mountain pass now. You did Auntie Ethel. Did you kill Auntie Ethel?
Oh yeah, fucking murdered her.
Did you get to the point where she made you an offer though, or did you just immediately skip
she
that?
never made me an offer.
You took her down too fast.
Well, I pissed her off from the beginning. Like,
so did I.
Oh, okay.
You can just, if she's under 10 HP, she will try to negotiate with you.
Oh no, I think she probably had like 25 or whatever, and I fucking dropped a fireball on her.
Just nuked her from there. That was my first playthrough. I got the negotiation on this playthrough. Not intending to. It just was like, oh. What'd you do with the wand?
I broke it in front of the woman.
That's what I did this time.
Oh, nice. I did, except I almost gave it to her, or I almost used it to raise the husband. I was like, thinking, you know what? This is from that hag or Auntie Ethel, who there was not a single point where anything she did was a good thing.
Yep.
So I think this is going to be a bad thing. I'm just going to break it. And she was pissed. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Well, there was a point where Auntie Ethel, brought that woman out of the cage, but then turned herself into that woman. So there's 2 of them. And I just happened to choose the right one. Is there a scenario where you choose the wrong one and just fucking nuke?
Yeah, you could kill. Yeah. But if you do an examine on them, the levels are different. So like one, I think Auntie Ethel is level 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Marina?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Is like level 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. So there's a level difference. So if you know Auntie, like, oh, hag level 5. But if also, this is through Reddit, I saw this, if you examine them more, one of them will say pregnant as a condition.
Oh, and interesting.
Don't attack the one that's pregnant. The hag's not
You're
pregnant.
Right, of course.
But if you take time to to right click and examine, you can find the difference.
Yeah.
You just chose correctly.
Because I hovered on the other one. I was like, no, I'm gonna try this one, and I switched at the last second and got the right one, which whatever. So yeah, she's probably pissed. She's pissed at me. I don't know if her being pissed at me comes back later in the game. Probably does. But yeah, she ain't happy with me. I broke it in front of her.
Yeah. You've done that. You did all the Grim Forge and the Underdark stuff, or as much as you think you've done it all. Who knows?
No, I mean,
that's
I think
the thing with me. I'm
like,
I thought I did a bunch of stuff. Clearly, I didn't.
I think there's probably still quite a bit of Underdark stuff. I haven't found the guy, the mushroom picker guy, for example. I probably won't. Can you go to Shar's temple, or is it really just background?
Oh, where you were looking down at the temple at the end there?
Yeah.
Somewhat of a spoiler. You can't get to it from where you're at.
Okay. That's kind of
what will you eventually go there through the course of the game? Yes, you will.
I assume so. Like, you're not going to it's like Chekhov's gun. You're not going to show it and not go there.
They're showing it. Getting you prepped for that one.
Yeah, but I was like, how do I get down there? I kept trying and trying and trying.
No.
But it was good to keep trying, because then I got all the 2 mithril ore by just wandering around everywhere.
Jeez. Game is so good.
Jesus,
I cannot believe the fact that I've played it through one time and I'm still sitting here being like, I want to play more of this. And after we're done recording, I will probably play for another hour and a half tonight.
Are you playing a different kind of character? Like different?
Yes.
Okay. Like you're an asshole now or whatever,
No, not in that way. Like, so I'm not playing a charisma character. I'm playing a Drow Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Not Dritzt, but kind of Dritzt, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm playing Drow because I wanted to see what playing Drow's like. My God, you get so many Drow conversation options. They definitely make you feel like you're playing Drow. Like, everyone freaking hates you.
Yeah.
And there's a lot with the Goblin Campman. No, there's Minthara.
Minthara, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of the goblins that are like, oh, you're like Minthara. You can go through. Like, they just think you're working with her because you're a Drow.
Right.
It was really fun. But I'm playing a Ranger. I'm playing super damage dealing Ranger.
Oh, that's cool.
I do a shit
Hunter's
ton
Mark
of damage.
and all that shit.
I don't even need Hunter's Mark is actually less damage than me. How I'm spec'd. I don't want to spend my bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on anything. I'd much rather just bonus action attack. It's more damage. So I can do a lot of attacks. Dual hand crossbows. Just eviscerating things. Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Did you try to recruit Minthara or?
No, I did look up how to do it without, because there's 2 ways. You can go just full on, I'm part with the absolute way, like side with the goblins, fuck the grove. That's possible.
Yeah, right.
There is another way, and that will get Karlek and Will leave your party if you do that. I know that.
If you do the fuck the grove thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They will just fuck off and leave. If you want to keep everybody, I didn't even think about doing this, but just don't do anything with the grove. Just leave it. Don't finish any of that quest line. Don't try to just leave Halson to die, I guess. Just don't fuck with any
him or anything.
And you don't and the tieflings just die. You convince them to just go. Leave the grove. Yeah. And they'll probably just get killed by goblins on the road. But the key part is you need Minthara alive for Act 2, because that's when you can recruit her.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So I think there's a potential future playthrough where I try to do that. I don't think I ever want to go with the absolute at all. It's awful.
Well, just like playing that dark is like, feels rough.
Really hard. I don't think I could do it. But
over 100
I'd be very curious. Huh?
Over 100-hour game, that would be really tough.
Yeah. But it would be interesting to recruit her in that way.
Yeah, because she's a full companion with quests, I assume.
Yeah, and there's part of me that's like, I can get behind the sense if I'm role-playing there, being like, my character has this goddamn tadpole in their head. They're not interested in helping the Grove or any of this. They just want to get move forward and figure out how to get this thing out. Like, the indifference side of thing there.
Right.
I could probably play that a lot more.
5e took out alignments, right?
No, alignments are in 5e.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think this game is better for not doing alignment.
Yeah.
I think alignment isn't a necessity in the tabletop. It can be nice if you want to give yourself like a guide on
exactly.
how do I want to portray this character, but as a strict rule where there's like mechanics around it. 50 doesn't have, I don't believe has mechanics around anymore. I could be wrong. I thought they took the
previous
mechanics
ones did, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I read then. Yeah, they took the mechanics out. Okay.
Yeah, but 5e still has the alignment chart and choosing your alignment to start with your character and everything. But they just really wanted to minimize. I wouldn't be surprised if the next edition of D&D might just remove it, or just make it as like, hey, optionally you can use this if you want to define your character. But yeah,
in that vein,
okay.
Yeah, in that vein, sort of. I've been struggling with like my creative character, like what's their story, and I'm trying to like piece it together and like figure out what I want the story to be, you know. But coming in cold at the very beginning, I just didn't know the world enough to know what their story would be. It would be cool if they had like, you know, for every permutation of what you could choose, race and, you know, class or whatever, have a couple choices of backstory, like 3 or 4 sentences, just to give you some sort of like guide at the beginning. I think that would have been cool for role playing, because I feel like it's such a blank slate that I'm having a hard time breathing life into like who my character actually is, kind of thing.
Yeah, wasn't that your background?
Was that the background? Did it give
kind of like some flavor? I think it.
Gave I read the background for sure. I'm a Outlander or something like that.
Outlander, you grew up in the wild, learning to survive far from the comforts of civilization. Surviving unusual hazards of the wild will enhance your prowess and understanding.
Yeah.
So that is the most of your background.
That's their attempt for that. Yeah, exactly. I was kind of thinking more of like a specific kind of person story thing, but you know,
that's for you. That's kind of for you to bring to it. I think at that point.
I just feel like I'm gonna know it by the end, and it would have.
Sure.
I wish I'd knew it now. Which actually kind of brings me to the other. It's not a criticism, but like, I'm still in Act 1. I'm doing a ton of stuff in Act 1, but story between my party hasn't advanced in like the last 15 hours. Like, there's been no new story, and I'm just like, is it because it's waiting for me to go to Act 2 to start the story continuing? Is it because I don't have Lae'zel and she has a huge part in Act 1 that I'm missing out on? But like, you know, we rescued Will's dad from the fire, or no, not rescued his dad. His dad was taken away to Moonrise Towers. Which is Act 2. That was 20 hours ago, and nothing else has happened with Will since.
That's Will's next major story stuff.
I'm missing that. Gale, you know, he hasn't asked to eat anything. You never put Gale in your party, did you?
He's in my party this time.
Oh, okay. Has he fucking died yet?
Yes, and had to do that goddamn stupid thing.
I couldn't figure out how to do it. Like, he quizzes you, and I was like, are they really going to make me do it? But I couldn't find the thing on his body to do it, so I just used the scroll on him.
Oh.
Did you actually do it?
I mean, I went through the whole quiz.
Yeah, but after the quiz, when you could do stuff, did you just
there was something in my bag. There's his satchel or something.
Okay, but when you open it, did you find the thing?
I didn't. I just used the spell.
Yeah, that's because I got there too. I was like,
but I had a satchel. I was like, did I open it? I don't think I did.
Yeah, I did, and I was like, at least I think I did, and I couldn't find anything. I was like, well, I'm just gonna res you then. But man, that was fucking hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah, I think more than anything. I mean, yeah, you don't have Lae'zel, so you're not getting some storyline there. But you've progressed Will's. Karlax is tied to Will's, but the next chunk of that is in Act 2. Shadowheart stuff is definitely in Act 2. It's kind of her act.
So I probably should move on to Act 2 if I want story to continue.
If for the characters, yeah. Although I'm pretty sure the Mountain Pass stuff would be. That's pretty story heavy, I will say. I'm curious. From a level of, really kind of what the Gith are doing.
Okay,
here.
interesting.
Like, it's important. I think it's not important. You'll get it through other stuff, but it's an interesting. viewpoint, I would say. And it pushes to actually it pushes the Shadowheart stuff forward more with like the artifact and everything. So you'll get some more story. You'll get more story there, and then hit Act 2. But I would definitely recommend doing like Mountain Pass, the Krish, all that. Like, some really good story beats in there.
Cool. Well, that's what's next for me. So I will do that. The Mountain Pass is like the whole extra map, basically of extra.
Yeah, it's an extra map. It's not huge. I think the Underdark is bigger and Grimforge are bigger, but there's some neat, like every place here. There's neat stuff there.
Yeah,
it's fun to explore. There's a great attention to detail. There's that +3 mace.
Yes, that's my main goal.
You need to definitely do some exploring and some puzzle solving to make sure you get that quest. To go claim it. But boy, is that a great mace. I have it on Shadowheart this time.
Oh, interesting.
Because I'm just like, I got it. I'm like, someone's using this thing because it's real good.
Yeah, I'm a ranger, so I'm not using it.
Yeah, I have my scimitars.
Well, I'm still using the Sword of Justice from the fucking Paladin Knights. That's my main weapon.
Oh, are you
still?
Yeah, you're using. Are you two-handing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the mace one hand?
Yeah, mace is it versatile? D&D 5e. I just need to know if it's. Is it versatile? It's not versatile. No, it's just a one-handed weapon. You probably don't want to be using that on your fighter. You want to give that to somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying that I don't want to use the mace on my fighter?
Unless you're going to start dual wielding.
Oh fuck.
Because you can only use it one-handed.
Well, that's fine. I mean, is there a reason why I wouldn't? Does the fighter get bonuses for two-handing something?
You need a feat to make your offhand better.
Okay.
Because the offhand attack, so dual wielding, your action attack uses your main hand. Attacking with your offhand takes a bonus action, and unless you have the two weapon fighting style, I believe, it doesn't add your strength bonus or dex bonus doesn't add your attribute bonus to the offhand damage. So it's just the die. So typically it's less damage unless you're speccing for that.
Got it. Okay.
But I don't know. I just gave it to Shadowheart because I'm like, here you go. You can hit
I guess I could
now.
give it. Could I give it to Shadowheart this run then? I don't really use her for fucking attacks. She's she's not a battle cleric or whatever.
Oh, I know. She's not a battle cleric for me, but she still gets up there and hits things because I don't have. Well,
you want to do that?
She can Sacred Flame, which is awful most times.
Yes, I barely use it. Yeah,
never hits.
Yep.
And usually just have her either keeping Bless up on everybody,
or Bane on the opponents.
Yep. Or she's high enough level now. She does Spirit Guardians.
Oh, I love Spirit Guardians.
And then I just run her around. Just all I use her for is I'm like, all right, highest level spell slot, Spirit Guardians are around you, and now I just zoom you around the map.
Yep.
Clipping enemies so that they just take damage.
I'm glad that I play the way you do because I love it.
So good.
It is. So
I mean, I played a cleric to level 5 in the home game, and that I learned how good Spirit Guardians was.
They're great.
So I'm just like, look I can do it here too, and this is great.
It's awesome.
But there's a lot of times once I have that up where I'm just sitting with her being like, well, you have an action. I don't need anyone healed. I don't need her using her action for anything. Because a lot of times I do the healing as bonus. It's either mass healing word or healing word.
Yeah.
So I don't have to get up and touch specific people. So usually she has her action. So I just run her up there and smack things.
Okay. Maybe
I have the Warcaster feat as well.
Okay. I don't think I did that.
Warcaster feat. 5e. What is that? It makes it so she can hold concentration. It's real good. You have advantage on Constitution saving throws that you make to contain concentration on a spell when you take damage. Well,
that's pretty good.
Oh, and you can use your reaction whenever someone for opportunity attacks. You can use your reaction to cast a spell at the creature instead of trying to swing at it.
Oh wow, okay.
So, Warcaster on her because that's what she does. I want her to Spirit Guardians and then never drop Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, right. That's smart. I'll have to go back and see what I put on her because I don't believe I put Warcaster.
You probably increased her ability scores potentially.
Instead of doing a feat, you mean?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, technically, it's a feat to increase ability scores.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't remember. That was so long ago. So I'll have to go back and look at her character sheet.
Yeah.
Speaking of character sheets, by the way, we both had the digital deluxe version. I thought it came with like character sheets. Have you been able to access that?
I found them. Yeah.
They're
on the disc. So if you go on your
I see.
hard drive. If you go to Steam, go to browse local files. Mm-hmm. Right click it, and then there is a digital deluxe folder.
Oh, okay.
And then there are character sheets.
And there are character sheets for the people they made, basically, right?
Yeah, Asterion, Gale, Karlach, Lae'zel, Shadowheart, and Will.
Cool.
What is Shadowhearts? Oh, these are fancy.
Yeah, I bet they
are. She cleric 1 hat, high half elf, acolyte, insight, religion. Got her mace. Yeah, these are really fancy character sheets. Holy shit!
Awesome.
That's neat.
Well, now I know where to find it. That's cool.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at them. I just saw that there was a digital deluxe folder there.
Do they have them starting off at level 1?
Yeah, they're all level 1.
That's
and
cool.
They have the OST.
Nice.
Oh my god, it's taking a while to load this folder.
I bet.
How many songs are in here? That many? 43?
Wow.
Main theme part 2. Oh yeah. Weeping Dawn, that's Alfera's song.
Good song.
Yeah, all right. They got the full OST there in MP3 and WAV format.
Nice.
Okay. I was going in here because someone pointed to it. There are some mods for the game now. Like,
yeah, I'm sure.
Some serious ones. Someone has made a mod that completely adds in the Artificer class.
Oh wow, a whole class.
Like the whole 1 to 12 full Artificer. Someone has added in all the cleric domains. So there's only the ones that appear in the player's handbook in Baldur's Gate right now, but there's a chunk more, one of which is Twilight, which is the best.
Wow.
And someone's modded that in. I was just trying to see how hard it is to load mods. It's not simple right now, but there's also races. Like someone made a mod that just like adds almost all the races that's ever been published officially in 5e.
Oh wow, so there's like a Tabaxi and whatever else.
Yeah, all of them.
With character models?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just kind of crazy.
I wonder if Larian's going to change their post-release plans and like add more content or something.
That was the thing. That interview with Finn, because that was brought up. Like, man, Todd Kendrick was the interviewer, and he was like, I completely understand why you wouldn't want to do 13 to 20. The spells that you can get from once you hit 13 start getting insane. It's just a very different game. And Sven was like, it is a very different game. We're not opposed to doing 13 to 20. It's just not this game. It's a very... the game shifts. It's a different type of game, a different scope, the whole thing, and they needs to be thought of differently than the 1 to 12 experience. There's a reason for
gods.
Yeah, you're hitting a different level. Your spell, like what you can do, is just crazy. But because he's like, well, so I don't see you. Like, it just seems like it would be a nightmare to continue the game. And he's like, yeah, it would be not the easiest to continue the story post. But he's like, there are plenty of places we could add content in.
Right.
And I'm like, I have a feeling that's what that's gonna do. Sven has actually said he's on to the next game that they're working on.
Oh, so he's off Baldur's Gate.
They shipped PlayStation 5. He's like, I don't look back. I'm in my black hole now, where I've shipped a game. It's done. It was such a huge part of my life. I in this phase of transitioning from it to the next thing. But he's like, he's like, there's still going to be a great team working on BG3, updating it, adding things, fixing things. But he himself is on to the next thing. And he couldn't say, they asked him a question like, what is like your favorite like fantasy and sci-fi, like modern fantasy and sci-fi? And he's like, I can't answer that because I will give away the game that I'm making.
My God. Oh my God. That's
and I'm like,
awesome.
I have no clue what you're making, but okay.
That's really cool because that means it's another IP, someone's IP. Like breathing this kind of life into someone else's IP. Like, is it Critical Role? Is it fucking? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what's in my head right now.
Oh, Critical
Can you
Role
imagine?
would be insane,
dude.
Holy
if it's like
shit,
could you imagine? Like, this is the perfect time for that. Tal'Dorei, like do this, but for Critical Role, like that. It just makes so much fucking sense. Like, that's got to be the answer. I
mean, the only other thing that would give even a small little credence to that is when BG3 launched, Sven did a live stream with Mercer playing the game.
Oh, is that when Mercer put like 500 boxes on?
Yep. Yeah, that was part of the Mercer stuff. But still, I'm like, clearly they know each other in some form.
I mean, if you like D&D, there's no way you don't listen to Critical Role. And it's been so quiet on that front of like any sort of speculation. I would be fucking shocked if in 5 years we don't have this kind of game, Critical Role.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much that would sell? God.
Fuck. I mean, God. Yeah. I mean, it would sell to all the very vocal crit role community. But if it's done at this quality level, this game has shown that this genre, people just hadn't made the right game in this genre.
Yes, that's right.
And that they clearly have like shown like, all right, you want all these people to say, I don't like turn-based things, I don't like strategy things, and it's like the number of people I've heard like, I don't like turn-based things, but man, I like Baldur's Gate 3. It's like, there you go. It just took the right presentation and the right onboarding and got you into it.
There's so much other stuff going on besides how you battle. You know, there's so like the story, the characters, the mayhem. God, the mayhem. And I feel like I'm playing it so vanilla where I'm just like, I talk my way out or I bash my way out. That's all I do. Like, I'm sure there are other ways I can do this. I can, if I had different characters or whatever. But that's just what this run is. So far, at least. We'll see how it changes.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I like the Grim fight, actually, because it was bashing my way through, but it was like very cerebral and very different. Like,
yes.
It made me do that. And it was very cool. And you and fucking Travis, man, you're like, yeah, go down there and go fucking forge shit. And like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then all of a sudden this fucking construct pops out. This huge ass construct.
Well, you need to have the same feeling I had when I did that and was like, what the hell is going on?
Yes, exactly. I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is happening? Oh my God. It was
that is
good.
That is correct. And I'm glad neither one of us or anyone else spoiled that for you, because it's an important feeling too.
Oh, yeah. It's too good. I'm being careful. I mean, I don't care too much about spoilers, but I'm being careful to I'm being spoiled on little things. Like, I understand how some things happen. I don't know much about Act 2. I just know I have to go to the Last Light Inn, and it's really cool. And that's all I know.
The Last Light Inn is a lot. Like, you should think, well, the acts are a little bit, 3 is a little bit different, but Last Light Inn is a lot like the Druid Grove for you.
Oh, interesting.
It's like, it's kind of just in the fact that it's like your home kind of feels like your home base-ish type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you about how I solved the Druid Grove this time?
No.
I killed Kaga.
Oh.
But I did this complete thing. I missed these clues the first time through. So dealt with the thing with the tiefling girl was about to be bit by the snake. Resolved that in a fashion that didn't kill the girl.
Right.
I couldn't do as much talky as I did with the bard, but resolved. And then I'm exploring there, and I go into the servants' quarters, and there's of course a bunch of chests that are all like, hey, if you loot this, you'll be caught stealing the whole thing. But there's one chest, Kaga's personal chest, that is hidden behind a bookshelf up on a ledge that people can't see you at. My ranger is Ranger Rogue, because I don't use a stereo now. My ranger does all the lock picking as well and everything now. So I don't have a stereo in my party this time. So I hopped up there, crouched, snuck, unlocked it, and got a note saying this like weird thing from Kaga saying like, meet me at this place in the swamp. I'll leave something there. I'm like, okay, and it started a quest, like find out more information on what this means. I go to the swamp. Another thing for me, first playthrough, went down into Auntie Ethel's, that swamp area.
Yeah.
And you have to make like is it a perception check?
Oh, to turn them from the sheep into like who they really are?
Yeah. I failed that.
The first playthrough or this
playthrough? So first playthrough. Okay. Completely failed it. So it looks like a pristine forest.
Oh,
sheep
weird.
And everything. This time I passed it. It's all the decrepit swamp and the red caps. And I'm like,
that's what I have.
What the hell did
man, that's crazy. Okay, I didn't know.
Such a different experience.
Yeah. Oh shit. No, it's fucking
so different.
Putrid bog. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very different. But there's the mud mephits. Have you fought them? Did you find them?
Not the mud mephits, no.
Mud mephits and the like ancient guardians.
Oh God, never mind. Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah. So on that tree that they're all around, there's a little place that you have to find it. It's kind of marked on. It was marked on my mini map, but I have to find the right spot because it's not really highlighted. But there's a spot on the bark you can pick on the backside, and you find a note that Kaga's working with shadow druids. To take over the grove. And you can come and present that information to the grove, and they all turn on Kaga.
Oh,
and shadow druids show up, and you just annihilate the shadow druids and Kaga.
Whoa. It
was a completely different thing. Like before, say, Halson or anything. And like, yeah.
Whoa.
I fought
those mephits, and I was there at that tree, and I never saw anything.
First playthrough, I didn't at all.
Okay.
If I found this chest that gave me a note that started a quest that marked that tree as something special.
Dang,
I mean, you could probably find it if you were meticulously like pixeling over that tree to find the like highlight area, but it's not big.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
It was crazy. It was a completely different experience, and this game has just been giving me continually different experiences.
That's so amazing. And even just like playing as a Ranger Rogue Drow, like even if nothing else changed, that changes everything. Like, wow, man.
I get a lot of different conversation options.
Yeah.
A lot of Ranger, a lot of Rogue stuff, Drow stuff that, game is ridiculous. And right now, I'm going to be honest, I can't see any game being this for game of the year. I can't even see best game in the last like 5 years, maybe, possibly. Like,
yeah,
it's real good.
I keep going back and forth between it and Tears of the Kingdom, and I feel like I want to take a break from Baldur's Gate when I get to the end of Act 1, and I am interrogating why I feel that way, and it's like because I don't want it to end. Like I don't want to continue it because I love it so much.
You're never going to finish this game at the pace you go. It's gonna be.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you've got like at least 4 more months. Maybe longer.
Yeah, exactly. I think I will be finishing this around December time. It's. I don't know. I am just juicing this game because there's so much good shit, and I'm really sticking with my part is Shadowheart, Gale, Will, and me, and I'm not really fucking running with the other people because I want to save them for other runs. You know, I want to save Asterion for a dark run. So you've got Gale.
So I have a Shadowheart, Gale, and Lizelle.
Oh, interesting.
I wanted Lizelle. She's my big beater. And she does a shit ton of damage as well.
That's cool. Is she a barbarian?
No, she's a fighter.
Oh, she's a fighter. Oh, okay, yeah.
That would be useless. Which you wouldn't run in your. I needed a kind of frontline, big tanky frontline person.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't use Gale really the first time at all. Wizards are fun. I get to do all sort. I fireball the shit out of things.
Yeah, Gale's fun. The Warlock Will is. I think if I were to kick one out, it'd probably be Will. But maybe he gets better later. I mean, he has some interesting spells.
Warlocks are different, and I wouldn't say bad, but yeah, they have to be built pretty specifically if you're using them for damage. But they do get interesting spells, and they get the best cantrip in the game. So.
I mean, I use fucking Eldritch Blast all the time.
And you can do things to just make it better.
Oh, good. I don't know if I've done that.
There's invocations, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You should have got those by now.
Maybe. I don't remember.
And there's like some that just make Eldritch Blast better. Just straight up. Just
I mean, he's got some, he has animal handling, he has gaseous form, which I use. But like I guess I'm thinking like in battle specifically.
Yeah.
But he's my face. He's the one that talks. If I'm able to choose who talks, he talks because he has the best charisma.
Yeah, there's I don't remember what you will get them. You can do invocations. Warlock level 2. And you can one of them's Agonizing Blast is the one that makes it so that you add your charisma bonus to your Eldritch Blast damage, so it starts getting stat bonuses.
Dude. Can I respec in that way so I can respec that shit?
Yes, you could just say hey, respect you. I'm just gonna take you through.
Yeah.
And there's one other. If you just want him to like just do Eldritch Blasting and actually like doing crazy things, I think there's one Repelling Blast. Yeah. Which is like if it hits, they have to make some form of save, and if they don't, they get pushed 4.5 meters away.
Oh wow!
You can just start like making Eldritch Blast is insane. Actually, with that on Gale, I took the feat, I think Spell Sniper. That let me. What does it do? It let me pick any cantrip. For one. You learn a cantrip, and the number you need to roll critical hit with it when attacking is reduced by 1. And you can you can choose the list of cantrips, and one of them is Eldritch Blast, and so Gale has Eldritch Blast.
Oh damn, that's cool.
And he has some special thing where he can cast it 2 shots of it.
Oh yeah, I mean my guy does 2 shots.
Okay,
too.
That just happens at some point.
Yeah,
I didn't know. So yes, I just do 2 shots of it. Because it's just the best cantrip.
It's really good. I use that. I mean, that's every battle I'm using that. And also breaking apart shit. When things are sturdy or whatever.
Oh yeah.
10 or
that's
above
a good one because it's all force. Yeah.
Yeah. So that helps me. That helped me get into the Grimforge basically. I had to bust down a wall.
That would do it.
Yeah.
My God.
We can talk about this game.
This is part 4, but I'm just like, God, we're just gonna keep. I feel like we're just gonna be talking about this game.
This will keep going.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna change it for. I want to do Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty when that comes out at the end of the month, but I'm gonna be hard pressed. I mean, like, am I gonna feel like I'm done with Baldur's Gate at that point? Because I do consider. I'm like, what if I did do another playthrough where I did try to get Menthara, the whole thing, and like go through that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be a very different playthrough. It'd be kind of cool.
And just and actually play a cleric myself, so I don't take Shadowheart.
Yeah, exactly. And then the 4th playthrough, do the Dark Urge. See how that works.
Oh, geez. Kill Alfira.
Oh, yeah, I know. There's other games. Like I've purchased, I watched the Completionist, his video on Sea of Stars, and it was like really heartwarming. So I picked it up, and then I showed my daughter. We finished Stray today.
Nice.
She's just like been enthralled with the story of Stray, and she loves cats. So like a main character cat, she's in love with it. But the story, telling her mom later, she's like, this is a spoiler for Stray.
No, it's
sorry. The robots or the drone with you was really a human all along, and it sacrificed himself at the end so that it could open up the city and you could go outside. She was really touched by it. But she's like me, where as soon as you finish something, you need to know what's next. So she's like, Daddy, show me my options for what's next. And showed her Miss Pac-Man, which I had forgotten that I actually had because she had played that at the
the arcade.
House.
Yeah.
At the arcade and also at the vacation house down here. And I couldn't find it anywhere, but apparently I'd bought it before it went off sale a while ago, or if it did. But we showed her a couple things, and then we started playing Tearaway, and she really liked that. But then I showed her the trailer for Sea of Stars tonight because it's E10 and it should be thematically fine. And she was just super taken. So we're going to try it tomorrow morning before school. We'll play for 15 minutes and see what she thinks. But I think, if she gets hooked on that, maybe I'll be able to play that with her and get a taste for that while I'm doing my Baldur's Gate at night by myself.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I haven't played anything else. It's really just been Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, man.
I just don't want to play. I'm just like, I just want to experience more of this game.
Yeah. There's so many things hiding in it. So many things. So much dialogue.
Crazy.
Man.
Yes.
Crazy. So much dialogue. That's so good. All right. Well, why don't we wrap it there? Episode 395. Yeah. Nope. Shit. 397. Tell your friends if you like it. If your friends want to play Baldur's Gate, tell them to buy it because it's great. It's on PS5 now, and
it
needs some polishing. It sounds like.
It sounds like it's a little bit rougher, no matter what, which makes sense. I felt like performance-wise, it's going to be a little bit rougher, but you can play it split screen couch co-op.
Yeah, which would be real crazy. Like running two things simultaneously.
I think it was Todd Kentrick talking about him and his wife were playing it that way.
That's
cool. It's great. They're having a blast.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You can play couch co-op on the PC too, right?
Maybe. I would assume you
so.
Might be able to. I don't know.
I can't imagine that was a feature they only wanted to do for consoles, but I don't know.
I don't know how that works. I don't know if they do split screen or not. I'd have to dig into that, honestly. Yeah. If we just had two controllers hooked up, if you could do it.
I mean, I've been playing the controller 90% of the time, and it's great. It's great.
All right.
So controller support's really good. But I'm like, do I double dip? Do I play on my PlayStation instead of hook it to my computer? I'm like, because it's starting to chug. I'm like, maybe I will chug on the PS5. Maybe I'll just bring my big computer into the house.
You'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out for sure. All right, folks. So 397. Tell your friends. Rate us on your podcast service of choice. We'll be back next week to talk more Baldur's Gate 3, surely.
Most likely. All right. Later,
folks,
everyone.